My roommates, 21F, parents keep letting themselves into my 21F apartment with the spare key my roommate gave them. My parents are family friends with my roommate's parents. I was never really friends with my roommate in high school, but got to know her from living with her in a dorm. Recently, my parents got me an apartment and pay rent every month. So pretty much, roommates' parents don't pay. Over the past few months when we come home from class, we have walked in on 1. Her mom does our laundry almost every week. 2. Her mom cooking food and cleaning for us. 3. Her mom cleaning my closet and calling me a slut for having tube tops and miniskirts, etc. 5. Her mom and dad chillin' at the apartment Friday nights to make sure we don't party. I just can't deal anymore. I told my roommate to tell them to stop, but she said I'm overreacting. Am I overreacting? Should I tell my parents? Mini update: I told my older brother about what happened, emailed my building manager, and was able to get a response from him saying I can put a lock on my bedroom door. My brother and I went to Home Depot and got a basic lock. Her mom is currently cooking in the kitchen and watching my brother fix the lock. She doesn't look too happy. Edit: the reason my roommate isn't paying rent is because her parents hit a tough spot financially last winter, and my dad wanted to ease the burden on them a little. He said he would help out by giving my roommate a place to stay so her parents could just worry about her tuition and not room board. Update: RM equals roommate's mom R equals roommate. I came back from my morning run around 7 a.m. this morning, and RM and R were in the kitchen making some coffee. She has never been there this early before. I decided to talk to them about everything prior to going to class. I started off with, "Hey auntie, can we talk?" In brown culture everyone is called an aunt, and these are some points I listed. 1. I appreciate that she has been cooking and cleaning, but I want to do that on my own. I love to cook and felt that I was never allowed in my own kitchen. I also told her that I want to do my own laundry and clean my room myself. 2. I don't want her in my room. I reminded her that I talked to her about this when it first happened, and that's why I put the lock on the door. 3. I told her that if she wants to be with R, to let her text me and LMK that RM would be in the apartment. They expressed understanding and I hugged it out with RM. Before going to class, I put in a load of laundry. My friend is having a birthday dinner today, and I decided to wear this cute white dress with an open back. My mom even got me this dress since she thought it was so cute, and tossed it in the washer so it could be fresh for tonight. I asked RM multiple times if she was planning on doing laundry today, and she said no. I told her that I would be back around 1, and she can do laundry when I finish mine later this afternoon if needed. I didn't want her touching my clothes. She was okay with it and said I didn't have laundry today. Cool. I left feeling really relieved, but I still locked my bedroom door. I got back to my apartment about half-hour ago, and I couldn't find my white dress. As soon as I came home, R looked nervous. My clothes were in the dryer, and I didn't do that for a fact. RM states that I put them in the dryer and just forgot. I locked myself in my room, and I know she probably took the dress as it was something she wouldn't approve of. When I was in my room, I heard RM talking to her in our language. She told her daughter something along the lines of why she's freaking out about that dress. In India, escorts and prostitutes wear those kinds of clothing. And she went on to tell R that I won't find a husband wearing stuff like this. I honestly think she wanted me to hear all that. Is she seriously just being a passive-aggressive B to me? I'm trying so hard not to break down and cry. I'm heading over to my parents right now, and I'm telling them everything when they come back home tonight. Update 2. My mom was home, along with my brother's girlfriend, and her parents. I told them everything that happened, and no one liked what they heard. My mom called my dad to tell him what happened. When my dad came home, he hugged me immediately and started crying. Me being called a prostitute and a slut was too much for him to handle. I've never seen Dad cry before, and it hurt me so bad. My mom called RM and RD and R to come over to talk. They came over immediately. They probably knew something was up from the tone of my mom's voice. She was so close to growling. Mom was being petty though. When they came home, she didn't allow them inside. She made them stand on the doorstep the whole time, and I could tell this was pissing RM off. Some points of the confrontation. 1. Why are you calling my daughter these names? RM, I didn't say anything. She's making up lies. 2. Why are you even in the apartment that much? You told us that you go there once a month to check on R. You also said she visits you every weekend? RM, the kids don't know how to cook, so I help. Also, kids are busy studying so they need it. 3. Why is a 50-year-old man in my daughter's apartment? No answer. 4. Why are you going through my daughter's stuff? Why does she need a lock? Why are you limiting my daughter's time with her friends? No answer. I shall also mention that roommate's dad was sitting in their car on the driveway during this whole confrontation. RM started insulting my parents. She said my mom is a bad mom because she never disciplined her children. She said I am unruly and that the clothes I wear are despicable. She brought up clothes a shit ton, like this lady is really offended by my fashion sense. This annoyed my brother, and he showed RM IG pictures of her wearing more revealing clothing than me, and sitting on boys' laps. RM shut her mouth about my clothes immediately. She then proceeded to try to insult my parents' professions by saying they have god complexes. This pissed my brother off to the brink, and he replied with "You own 3 subways and are almost broke, but we never say anything about it." This pushed RM off the edge, and she leaned in closer to my brother and attempted to slap him. This lady tried to slap my 24-year-old brother in front of my parents. They argued more, and my mom asked where the dress was again. This time, she walked away to their car, and pulled my dress out of her purse. She came back to where we were standing and literally threw the dress in my face. My mom had no more patience left, and back-slapped RM across her face. I've never seen my mom raise her hand on anyone, and I burst out laughing. Even my dad had to walk back inside to keep himself from laughing in front of RM. RM started crying and said she was going to call the cops on us. When they left, we had a big discussion. My parents were angry that I never told them about this before. They said that they got me that apartment so I could do what I wanted. They wanted me to be able to have friends over, have a place to chill, and have a place without parental influence. However, they are very proud and happy with the way I dealt with the situation, and said calling the cops would unnecessarily escalate the situation that could be solved by talking. Thank you all for the advice. I appreciate it a lot. They were mad at my brother, 'cause they said he shouldn't have shown those pictures of our cause. Now she has to deal with that trouble at home. My parents agreed that letting her live in my apartment without consulting me first was wrong on their part. My parents started the eviction process today. Anyways, it may be hard to believe, but I do stand up for myself a lot. It's just that in this situation, I didn't want to do anything that would offend my parents because I had respect for their friendship and I didn't want to ruin it or do something that would embarrass my parents. I learned from this, and I have growing up to do, but now that I know I have support, I won't worry about petty shit like this later. I also don't want to live alone, so one of my best friends from high school is gonna be my new roommate. No, she isn't Indian. No one is living rent-free in this situation. I would also like to say that even though I wasn't friends with her in high school, living with her for 2 years did help me make a bond with her. If we can be friends after this, but it feels bad losing a friend. Also, my parents are liberal-ass Indians. They have lived here in America for over 40 years. They didn't want to spy on me at all. They don't mind me wearing skirts or tube tops or having guy friends over. Edit 1, I forgot to add, for those of you guys who think that my parents paying my rent and tuition doesn't make me an adult, I don't think it does. I'm so blessed to have parents who want to make sure that their kids graduate without debt. Also, it's my parents' money. They'll do what they want. This gives me no excuse to have a GPA less than a 4.0 JS. Edit 2, I took out the part where RM tried to threaten me with a wooden spoon to shorten the post. It was funny though.